Hey guys, welcome to today's video where we're going to show you how you can integrate MySQL successfully through UChat. In order to get towards this point where I'm at right now, we can go towards the integration section and then scroll down towards the section for data, file and storage. Here you will see that you will have a data store MySQL. Once on this page, you will need to fill in a few things, right? So we have the host, and I have all my credentials already set up inside of an email confirmation that I got from the my free SQL database server. So let's head there. You will see that I have the server name here. So I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to paste this. And when pasting, just make sure that you remove the HTTP from this section, right? Because otherwise the connection will fail. Then we have the port, and the port will be 3306. So let's fill that in. There we go. Then we have a username. So this will be the username as well as the database name. So let's go and fill those in as well. Then we have a password, and this is my password at least. I will delete it after this video, so you will not have any use for it. And that's about good to go. So if you have what is called a CA certificate, you can also fill it in. And if needed, you can also whitelist all of these IP addresses. Okay. So some databases, some hosting providers need to whitelist this IP, all of these IP addresses in order to create a successful connection. I don't believe this one needs it, so I'm just going to press save. And now we should have the connection saved properly. As you can see, I can sync the databases. And if I'm going to do a sync, we don't have any data, but we can also create a new database. So let's say this will be UChat, let's say DB, right? Then we can also add some fields that we want to have inside of this database. So let's say I want to be able to register the first name. So let's just do that. There will be a text field and the label will be first name. There we go. And I also want to have a last name. So I will just do it like this. And then I will also enable last name. Let's also go with email. There we go. And this will be email. Okay, sounds good. And then let's also go with phone number. So phone number. And instead of text, I am thinking we need to have a number here. I'm assuming as such. So let's just go with this. And that should be good to go. If I say press save, this database should now be created. And we should get a verified status on this creation. So let's take a look. Let's press save. And let's see if we get a successful creation status. And as you can see, a new data store has been created. This one, right? This was from an old test, so let's see if I can delete this data store. Not to confuse anyone. So as you can see, I just created the data store itself. Now, if you have syncing issues, it should not have any syncing issues at all. You need to be able to select all the tables and only the tables with auto increment and the primary key is ID will be synchronized. Okay, so if you have a database that does not meet these requirements, then that means that you will get a failed status. Okay, so that is something that you need to keep in mind. So if you press sync and you have any database and tables here and you get any errors, then it might be that it does not meet these requirements. If so, if you believe it does meet these requirements, then you can contact support by just submitting a ticket and we will take a look for you. But this is how you can connect towards MySQL, and it's really easy to use inside of any flow. Because if we are going to take a look, so let's go with a new flow and let's say DB testing. There we go. Now we can just do a test, and let's say I'm going with an action. Inside this action, we are going with integrations, and then with integrations, we're going towards data store. Under the edit actions, you will have access to all the data store actions. Okay, so if we say we want to add a new record, right? We can select the data store that we need. And here you will see all the data stores connected. So these are from my MongoDB, for example. And here I have the one from MySQL. So if I'm going to select this one, we can now fill in all the credentials. So if I say just static data for now, let's go with my input and let's go with, there we go. And let's go with a certain phone number. And then we can save the record ID as well. So let's say record ID DB or MySQL. That's something that we can do as well. MySQL. Let's create that. And now we are able to also track this record, update the record, and stuff like that. So that's a really good thing to do. Let's say save. And if we are going to execute this right now, let's go inside of a web pop-up. And once this is done, now we will be able to see this record inside the database as well under the integration section. So we've now just added the record. And if we go back towards that integration section, so if we now browse the records, we should see that additional entry. And I don't think that the phone number will be registered because of the fact that I chose the wrong kind of format for this, right? Could also have just gone with a text because this is just a number value, so it will not register the plus sign and stuff like that. But as you can see, we have the ID. So again, the ID needs to increment, right? So you need to have a database that has an incrementation from low to higher. So that is the preset that you will need. But as you can see, the record has been entered successfully. So this is how you can use MySQL, connect to MySQL and use it inside of your flow builder. If you have any questions, do let us know. And we'll try to help you out as soon as possible. For now, have a great day. Take care. Have fun trying this out. And we will talk to you really, really soon.